And once again, in the middle of this week, anticipating the weekend with great expectation and a certain amount of uncertainty, but that's okay. We got to take this step, and I'm anxious for it. We're looking at another parable from Luke chapter 18 today, the parable of the Pharisee and the tax collector. Jesus was not fond of Pharisaism. He loved the Pharisees. He loves everybody. He worked with them. He chided them. He baited them, and he wanted them to come to him and quit trusting in their legalism, just as he wants the same thing from each one of us. But there was a Pharisee who came to the temple to pray and to pay his tithe and to meet all of his obligations. There was also a tax collector there who stayed off to himself. We read about it, and it says that two men went to the temple to pray. Luke chapter 18, beginning with verse 9 and 10. The Pharisee stood up and he prayed about himself. God, I'm so thankful that I am so good. I'm thankful that I'm not like the robbers that are out there, the rioters. I'm glad that I'm not out there like murderers and adulterers, or even like this tax collector over in the corner. I'm glad that I am a holy and righteous person. I pay my tithe faithfully each and every week. Meanwhile, over in the corner, the tax collector couldn't even lift up his eyes. He just beat on his chest and said, God, be merciful to me, because I am just a sinner. Oh, those are the words that Jesus is waiting to hear from every one of us. He doesn't want to hear from me personally, God, thank you for 47 years of ministry that I've been able to do. Thank you for all the people that I've baptized and that I have married and that I have buried and that I have led to a deeper relationship with Jesus. Thank you that I'm not like the people who don't come to church. Thank you that... Never mind. He wants to hear from me, God. I deserve your wrath. I too am just a sinner, but Lord, help me to be a sinner saved by grace. Jesus says, I tell you that this man, this sinner, pleading for God's mercy, rather than the Pharisee, the good boy, he, the tax collector, went home justified before God. Because everyone who lifts himself up, everyone who is proud of his own works, is going to be humbled. But whoever humbles themselves and comes to me on their knees, expecting only my mercy and my grace, and realizing that that's all that's going to get them through, those are the ones that are bound for the kingdom of heaven. Dear brothers and sisters, just look in the mirror today. Look in the mirror and see yourself for who you really are. And be thankful for the assurance, the promise of God's open arms. The Father is ready to take all of us prodigals home. He's ready to welcome us, to embrace us, to put his robe on us, his ring on our finger, his sandals on our feet, and start the party. Because if you will humble yourself, he will receive you with open arms. That's our only hope. But it is not an uncertain hope. It is a promise. Be blessed and be a blessing today.